Okay.
All right, hey everybody, it's DB Wiref Radio. I'm here with Luis Parocarpi from Lap Motorsports, JCW Racing Team. Luis, how are you today?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Excellent. Nice job at Sebring this last weekend.
Yeah, not bad for the challenges that we had. You know, we came off of a great win at Daytona.
That was amazing.
Amazing. Yeah, I mean, we really dominated with, you know, all three cars could have. Two of them pretty much ran up front the whole time. One had contact early on, and from that contact it had some half shaft failure.
Ouch.
And had to go behind the wall in the garage. And you know, we have a program with the dealer technicians that come to our races. So every racetrack we have our local dealers.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So we normally have about 6 of them, and you know, the technicians from the Daytona area, I think we had 3 from many of Orlando and 3 from many of Tampa, I believe it was.
Okay.
And then we had full support from many of Daytona
Very
too.
nice.
So it was really good, and those guys ran back to the garage and worked on it. You know, most teams probably with that kind of failure, they would have retired. And
oh yeah,
you know, within 20 laps, they had the number 52 back on track, and yeah, really good. And then it was running, you know, fast laps too after it was fixed. Just, you know, unfortunately several laps down. And
right.
Wasn't a contender. And then the other 2 were running really good. And you know, with we had a late caution there.
Right.
Caused by ourselves. Our 37 car had an issue in turn 1 and brought out the yellow, and we had a late 2-lap, you know, last green, white, checkered start, and we thought we had to run it all away. You know, we had dominated the race.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, we had an 8-second gap to second place, and those guys couldn't catch us, and we had 2 laps to go with everybody behind us. You know, it was good.
Yeah.
I mean, it was crazy. And we won. I mean, you know, the car was so good in the infield. So, coming off of Daytona win, we went to Sebring with high hopes.
Yeah, Sebring's a different monster. That track's tough, especially for the minis.
It is, and it's you know, very bumpy.
Yeah.
Very harsh.
Yeah.
It does crazy things to race cars there. I've been there so many times with other racing, and
it's just a tough track in general.
Yeah, it's always a surprise what your car is going to do or what's going to happen to you. And we, you know, interesting. We struggle with all 3 cars. Had electronic issues. You know, and it's not issues. We race the car stock.
Yeah.
So the street calibration, you know, the car is made to protect you and I, that, you know, normal drivers.
Yes.
And the track is so rough that the cars thought that we were crashing.
Oh, you know what? I've seen that in that car too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
so
getting check engine lights.
It was crazy, and so the car even thought we were crashing on the straightaways.
Wow.
So occasionally they were shutting down.
Yeah. Okay.
So that was our struggle, and you know, we have really not a way to turn that off, and so we went into the race. You know, our 73 car had qualified 5th, so it was in great position. And on the parade lap before the start, it shut down. So we lost our 5th starting position, had to start from the rear.
Wow.
Recycled ECU, and you know, fingers crossed that it wouldn't do it again.
Yeah.
And all 3 cars on the parade lap had some kind of shutdown problem.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and so 73 car had you know, with Matt and Derek in the car, Matt Pombo, Derek Jones, those guys are rock stars, and they just battle through the field all the way up to 4th place.
Yeah.
You know, the crazy thing is there was a late restart, and there's this procedure where they
allow a wave around.
A wave around, right? Well, in the wave around, so we got the wave around to clear the overall leader, which is a GT4 class. Right. And they restarted the race before we could catch up to our contenders. Yeah. So we took the green for a last, I think it was a 12-minute left in the race. Right. 22 seconds behind 4th place. Oof. And we were 5th or 6th, I think. Right. And man, we hauled the mail to try to catch up to him, but
still pulled out a 4th. That's respectable.
Yeah. So nice with 12 minutes to go, we managed to pull out a 4th place. A little unfortunate, I think, because we did have the speed to contend.
Right.
And the guys had worked their way up to the top 5.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
that late separation on the restart was, just pretty much took us out of contention.
Yeah, that's rough.
That's
really rough.
A little disappointed in that, but happy that we managed to get a top 5. I mean, keeps us really close in the championship. We're still up there with Porsche and the manufacturers' points, and then our drivers are, I think we might have fallen to second or something, but it's really tight.
Yeah.
They're right up there in the top 3.
The one in Daytona definitely helped with that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. So, we're looking good. I think the cars came out.
All 3 cars came back undamaged.
Just a little dent on one of them. Nothing that we can't fix in a day. And
right.
So we have 6 weeks to
get ready for COTA, right?
To get ready for COTA. COTA's a little tough because it's slippery.
Right.
So the front wheel drives struggle with traction.
Yeah. Can imagine.
I think Rob, the co-owner, and our lead engineer did it through the off season. The winter we redesigned the differential in it, and that's about the only thing that's really aftermarket in the car.
Okay.
And so that's probably our biggest change from last year. That's made the car so much better.
Yeah.
So I'm hopeful. I mean, last year at COTA we finished all 3 cars in the top 10.
In the top 10, which is amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping you guys do it again.
Yeah. So I think we're going to be okay. The 73 guys are really switched on. The other guys are right there behind them. So we just need to fight for a top 5.
Excellent.
The rest of the season.
Yeah, everybody's excited for that race. Can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
But switching gears a little bit, this weekend you've got something interesting planned. We're standing here in front of a Mini Cooper Countryman, an R60, not the new one, the older version, and you've gone through and put a 2-inch lift and off-road tires on this car.
Yeah. So, my love in racing. One of my personal things is dirt, off-road, rally.
Yeah.
And I grew up doing that stuff. And, I don't know if you know this, but I do Score International parallel to our mini team.
Oh, didn't know. Nice.
And in the last 3 years, we've won the Baja 1000 twice in our class, the Baja 500 twice in our class. And
very cool.
We won every race in Score International several times through the last 3 years. But we do that in a trophy truck.
Sure.
And my number one item on my bucket list personally is to race Dakar someday.
Okay.
And
this car does really well at Dakar.
Yeah, I'm
not sure if you're aware, but this car's actually won Dakar a couple times.
Several times.
Yes.
Although that one's a purpose-built vehicle.
It was, to be sure. It wasn't stock. Yours is stock. That was a Countryman and appearance only. But still, it was a Countryman.
It is. So, I've been chasing Dakar personally to drive. I always wanted to be a race car driver, and I ended up having a race team on my way to drive. So, so there's this rally called the Sonora Rally here in
happens in Mexico.
In Mexico.
Yeah, Puerto
Penasco, yep. And so they have a class that allows stock vehicles. And
nice.
I was going to do it in a different vehicle, but I said, you know what? It's very similar to Dakar.
Yeah.
It's all navigation.
Okay.
There's you can go as fast as you can, but in the sand dunes, I'll be surprised if anybody can make it more than 50 miles per hour.
Right.
So, it's spring break. So my stepson, my 18-year-old stepson, is a shadow engineer at the race team, and he's going to Purdue. And I said, let's go navigate this thing with me.
Nice. That'll be a good time.
So we're doing the spring break. We're going to enter the all-four, R60. It's actually Wendy's car, my wife's car. So I just put a 2-inch lift kit, put some bigger tires on it, some help from Valvoline, M7 Speed,
ECS guys,
ECS tuning guys, Continental, and mechanics and KW.
Nice.
And OMP. That sticker's not on there. I have it in the car with me, so that's going on there now. So we're gonna go with our several cars in our class, and it's really more navigation.
Sounds more like it's more like a time speed distance rally than an actual speed rally.
For us, it's going to be, and for all of them, because it's all checkpoints. So
right.
So it's very similar to Dakar. Basically, it's a stage a day. It's 4 days for us instead of 20 days.
Okay.
And every day, from the start, you don't get to see the route until you get to the starting line.
Oh, interesting.
You have a road book, but it really just has you have to go find those those things on the road book, so it's kind of like a treasure hunt.
Oh, okay, okay.
And through the dunes of Sonora.
That
right?
sounds pretty amazing, actually.
And the crazy thing is there's several checkpoints to get to the finish line, but you have to hit the first checkpoint to get the information released on the GPS for the second checkpoint.
Oh!
So you can be out there for days if you don't hit your checkpoints.
Oh my
right?
God. Yeah, okay.
So I've thought, the R60, with bigger tires and, Mini's history in Dakar and my passion to go, someday do Dakar, this was a perfect fit for all of us. It's spring break, so I got the whole family and they're supporting, and we're going to go out there and go try to win this thing for sure.
That sounds awesome. Make sure since you're going to be in Rocky Point, you got to make sure you get some street tacos too.
Sounds good.
So make sure you do that. But that sounds awesome. There's a picture of this if you guys are looking for it back at whiteroofradio.com. Thanks for taking the time.
Yeah, no problem. My pleasure.
Good luck to you this weekend, and can't wait to hear what happens at COTA.
Yeah, make sure you come by or just reach out to us.
Oh, definitely. Great. Thanks, Louis.
Absolutely.
All right.